Eagle. That's something along the way. When I can, I promise I will stop things like that. If you point wildlife out, stuff like that along the way, when I can, I will stop. But if I go right on by, kind of like Pat's hut, really not just trying to be mean. It's going to be a little shallow, a little rocky there to stop. And I might have to go to the principal's office if I hit the bottom of the river to look at an eagle or something. But where we can, we will stop. We'll have plenty of opportunities. This little river up there right here is going to be the Applegate River, second largest tributary that flows into the road. First one being the Illinois River. That doesn't hit the road another 65, almost 75 or 70 miles downstream from here. A little town called Agnes, lower road community. Got maybe 100, 150 people living down there. Now, this little river here, it's kind of the hot spot for the mini jet boats. Is familiar with what I'm talking about, those little shrunken down aluminum boats, really taken off the last few years. 6, 8, 10 feet long. They'll take an old jet ski, pull the motor out of them, put them in those, and one of their favorite spots is up the Applegate here. A buddy of mine has it. It's a 10-foot boat. We went up a couple times. I got to go up there quite a few miles, and I got to tell you, all I can ever wonder when I go up there is, how far could I get one of these blue jet boats up the Applegate River? So I don't know what we got planned for this afternoon. We could take a little detour on the way home. It's up to you guys. Now, for some of the ladies that aren't sold on this yet, let's try this. Up in the Applegate Valley, there is a lot of wineries and vineyards up there. We could make a couple extra stops. Turn into a little booze cruise. Just my one condition, if we are going up there, you have to promise me there can be absolutely zero pictures or videos of this blue jet boat up the Applegate River. The whitewater trip would be the one to do it. We got the small boats. We could make it 100 yards, could make it a few miles. Only one way to find out. Got a car from the right, then we bend off to the left. One of the more popular day use area spots along this stretch of the road here. Woo! We got it figured out over there. Now at this corner we're going around about 30-35 feet deep here along the rocks to the left during the fall. Very popular spot to come try your luck at catching one of those fall Chinook salmon. We get a fall and a spring run of salmon on the road along with a summer and a winter run of steelhead. So you're going to have one of those crazy looking gray blue herons coming up off to the right side downriver about 40 yards just off the river's edge. Birds are pretty darn cool. You get pretty large. Some wingspans get up to 7, almost 8 feet wide. They're what's considered a still hunter. A lot of times you'll see them. They'll be standing just feet in the water, and they have more patience than I could ever imagine of having. They will stand there for hours at a time, not moving a muscle, just waiting for something they think looks appetizing to float by. I'm talking about the salmon and steelhead. So in the rogue, average size salmon, you're looking about 15 to 25 pounds. When you're starting to see the 30 plus pound fish, you know you're doing something right. Actually, about a week and a half ago, had a guide on the lower rope down just up from Gold Beach. They caught anywhere between a 45 to 50 pound salmon. Still some good ones coming up river. Not going to be near the size of the largest one that has been caught on record on the road. So this was right over 20 years ago. A gentleman lives here in Grants Pass named Grant Martinson. He was doing some fishing one morning on the lower road. He ended up catching a salmon that weighed out at 71.5 pounds. Yeah, 60 pounds better than my best. Still not going to be the largest fish swimming around in the Rogue River. We still have a handful of those green sturgeon. It's going to be hard for us to ever see them up this far upriver in the shallows, as they are bottom dwellers. Used to have one or two lurking around the depths of Hellgate Canyon, maybe some hanging out down below Rainy Falls, and quite a few on that lower portion of the river in the deep canyons there. You know, the green sturgeon, prehistoric fish, can get up to 7, 8, 9, 10 feet long. I try my best to not think about those whenever I am swimming in this river, but it does cross my mind every time my foot touches a piece of moss or grass underwater. They are catch and release on the rogue. The last one that was really known about 5, 6 years ago down in Copper Canyon, some guys were fishing for salmon, hooked into one, did get that one up to the edge of the boat, got a picture of it, measured out right about 6.5 feet long. you got Griffin County Park, another very popular day use area along this stretch of the river. We'll get down here a little further. You can see quite a bit of gravel bar access here. They do have a campground tucked back in the trees a ways. Not supposed to camp on the gravel bar here, but they do open it up Memorial Day and Labor Day. You guys saw this place. We got hydroplanes down here. My favorite sound right there. So here you're going to get an example of some of these crazy Southern Oregon hillbillies who like to take these little wooden boats and fly them up and down the river through rapids. The only people in the world actually taking those wooden hydroplanes like this up and down rapids, typically just straight stretches, circle tracks going around buoys. But here, anyone just watch the Boatnik, the Memorial Day race, the locals? A couple of you? I like it. So, this year was kind of a special one for that. 17-year-old kid, Houston Ely, junior in high school, third generation hydroplane racer here. Just kind of made history for this little club. First ever Boatnik, first rookie to ever win the Boatnik race. First person at 17 years old. Because there's people that, a lot of these guys race 10, 20 plus years, never win that race. That's kind of the Daytona 500 for our club here. Most participants, most prize money, and comes out to just under 60 miles in total that they run. And it was pretty special to watch. That kid Houston, he showed the racecraft poise he showed. 17 years old was just truly remarkable. Here we've got a couple of the faster boats. That pink boat there, that is a couple-time Boatnik winner. Actually
33.
And then the blue boat, one up on the gravel bar, that is Ryan Richardson. He, up until this year, is 3 times in a row. There we go. That thing's cool. I never get tired of them. It's about 14 feet long, basically made out of plywood. They've got these old 50 horsepower Mercury outboards on the back of them, 1 propeller, 2 blades. Faster boats out of the bunch, seeing speeds up to 82, 83 miles an hour. We'll give it just a moment and see if he's going to come down river here. A little windy this morning. That's one thing those boats do not like very much, is the wind like this. They will go upside down very quickly.
Coming back, yeah. Sounds like it. Yeah, it was around that bend.
I hope he doesn't do that at night.
Yeah.